Hi there. So it's time for another round of common PR words and phrases. Now, this is part four of our series, and I thought we could dive into some terms that are a little less commonly discussed. Now, I know last week I mentioned that we could cover advanced PR words, but then I realized that it's also accessible. There aren't really many words that are truly advanced. Most of these are just slightly less familiar or more strategic. So either way, they are still really useful to know. So first up we have boilerplate. Now this is a standard paragraph at the end of a press release that summarizes your company or organization. It usually includes information like what the company does, where it's located, or any key accolades or milestones. For example, a tech startup adds a boilerplate about its mission and funding status at the end of a launch press release. Then we have media pitch deck. Now, this is a visual presentation used to pitch your story or campaign to journalists. Now, it can include images, data, or key points to help reporters quickly understand the value of your story. Another example, a PR team creates a media pitch deck for a product launch highlighting features and research insights. Then we have lead time. Now, the amount of notice you give journalists before an event, interview, or press release. So, providing enough lead times ensures they can plan coverage and increase the chances of your story being published. Another example here would be a nonprofit gives media 2 weeks lead time before an annual fundraising gala so reporters can schedule coverage. And then we have talking points. Now, key messages prepared in advance for interviews, press calls, or briefings to ensure consistent communication. Now, talking points help spokespeople stay on a message and avoid confusion or conflicting statements. So an example here would be a CEO receives talking points before a live Q&A about a company's acquisition. Then we have pickup. Now, when a journalist publishes or references your press release, article, or story, now this is a pickup. So it's a way to measure which pictures or releases get media attention. For example, a press release about a new product gets pick up in multiple industry blogs or online publications. Then we have a standalone release. Now, this is a press release sent on its own without being part of a broader news package or larger campaign. So it's usually used for announcements that are newsworthy on their own. Another example here would be a company issues a standalone release announcing a new partnership between two organizations. Then we have media roundup, which is different from media monitoring. Now, it is a summary of coverage your company or client has received across multiple media outlets. So it's a helpful way to track visibility, mentions, and overall media impact, where media monitoring would be ongoing. So this is a roundup of it, but the monitoring would be an ongoing process. For example, a PR agency sends a weekly media roundup to their clients showing all articles, mentions, and interviews published that week. And then lastly, we have bypass coverage. Now, this is sending news directly to niche influencers, bloggers, or trade outlets instead of traditional media. Now, this is often used to reach a highly targeted audience or community that mainstream media may overlook. Another example here is a gaming startup bypasses mainstream media and sends updates directly to popular gaming bloggers and YouTube channels. Now, even if PR doesn't have a lot of advanced words, knowing these slightly less common terms can help you navigate campaigns. It can help you communicate effectively with journalists and look professional in your work. So keep them in mind, and next week we might add a few more interesting ones to your PR toolkit.